Namaste. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be across the planet, around the world. My name is Gregg Prescott from In5D.com and In5D.net and Zentasia.com and GreggPrescott.com. And how is everyone doing? Happy Monday evening to you all. Hope you guys all had an amazing weekend. I did. I had a really good weekend. I want to talk about some things coming up about what we have going on In5D. As always, my beautiful wife, Allie, and I will be doing our show every Tuesday night, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern, where we do global predictions. So we answer your questions through the tarot, and been pretty spot on accurate if you guys have been following us. Afterwards, we do a live and uncensored show on Rumble, and that's always fun. So I've already got a number of videos planned to show you guys for that. And what else? On Wednesday, I'll be interviewing, just basically a one-on-one chat with Jem Delacoli. Now, you guys who have followed In5D throughout the years, if you remember In5D Radio that I had years ago on Blog Talk Radio, I started out with Heidi Cole and then Kendra Gilbert and then Sherry Goodwin. After that, we had three co-hosts for that. Kendra was probably, she's the perfect co-host to have if you're going to have a blog talk radio kind of thing, because she's a Virgo and she overthinks everything, which means she's super prepared. And it's fantastic. And of course, Allie and I, we have amazing chemistry as well on our shows on Tuesday night. But yeah, on Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, Jem Delacoli is coming on. He'll be with me on that. We're also talking about doing a live and uncensored show as well. But this Wednesday, we're going to pretty much keep it to spirituality and astrology. But yeah, I contacted him. Oh gosh, I don't know. It must have been maybe 4 or 5 days ago. He had just gotten done with making a video, and it's been a while since I wasn't even sure if I had the right number. But he's like a brother from another mother, and just the energy and the synergy that goes on between us, you guys will pick up on it, and I'm sure you will dig this particular broadcast. One of my favorite shows that I did with him was when we talked about all of the Pluto generations. For example, I'm in the Pluto and Virgo generation. That generation goes from roughly 1958 till like 1973, 1974, something like that. My sisters, however, even though my one sister was born in 3 years before me and the other 2 years before me, they're a different generation. They're different Pluto generations. They're actually the Pluto and Leo generation, which, in my opinion, is the best generation. Not mine, but theirs, because they were the trailblazers. They were the ones that laid out the foundation for all of us to be where we are today. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be here. That's people like Dolores Cannon, Jose Arguelles, Terrence McKenna, right down the line. John Major Jenkins, anyone that's of that age era. And that goes from like 1936 to 1958. That's the Pluto and Leo generation. And much love to all of you Pluto and Leo folk out there. You guys rock, and I have the most admiration for you. So thank you. Okay, so I'm trying to get my friend Teri Wade. She already said she'll do it, but I can't get her to commit on a day to do the show. And I said, well, the 24th is open. She's like, no. I thought I was an introvert. she and I would call myself the king of introverts. She's the queen of introverts. And I told her, don't worry, any guest I've ever had, and you can look it up, they've all felt comfortable having a chat with me, and there's no reason for her to be nervous. She writes amazing articles. Anyone that's friends with her can attest to that. She posts a lot of great stuff on her Facebook page. She recently got kicked off, so that's a feather in her cap. And she's back on Facebook. So, she's doing the right thing and standing up for the right reasons. So it'll be a pleasure to have her on. Maybe May 1st. Maybe we'll have that on May 1st. Also, this past weekend, well, about a week and a half ago, I was talking to Allie, and I was mentioning how I need to go to the drum circle. And she goes, you should go to the drum circle this weekend. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to go. So I got there early on Sunday. They have a drum circle here on Siesta Key Beach. Every Sunday, starts about maybe 4:30 or so, goes all night. Once it starts to get dark, they move everything out into the pavilion, and that goes until about midnight. Gets a little crazier at night. But the drum circle is a magical experience, and if you're ever in Sarasota or Siesta Key, I highly recommend that you check it out. So I get there. I go to the beach early, and I go by where Scooter of the Beach's magical green lifeguard tower is, and I set up camp right there. And I'm putting my chair out and stuff, and I hear Van Halen playing. And there's this couple that were sitting right in front of me. And you guys know I'm like the king of the introverts. My Myers-Briggs personality letters are INFP. I've been an INFP ever since college. Over 20, 30 years, I've been an INFP every year. Same thing. But I will go out of my way occasionally. If I hear someone playing good music on the beach, I'll tell them that, because it's hard to find, especially people that play music from my era. So I went up to that couple and I said, hey, you're playing great music. I don't have to play mine because you guys are playing all this great music. And the guy's name was Kelly. And I'm sorry, Kurt Graber. And we ended up talking, and I went and played a little bocce ball, came back, and I saw my friend Steve on the beach, and he and I were talking, and because we were so close to sitting where Kurt and his wife were, my friend Steve and I were playing Name That Tune, and we guessed every song that Kurt was playing. It was like Van Halen, Dokken, Rush, right down the line, White Snake, Leonard Skinner, ZZ Top, and all stuff that, fantastic music, great music just to hang out at the beach with. And afterwards, I went up to him and I started talking. This guy's an amazing dude. And I'm not going to go too far into some of the stuff that we talked about on Sunday, but he holds the Guinness World Record for the loudest acoustic speaker system with a volume of 140.2 decibels. He has this 9-string bass. He just sent me a picture of the basses that he has, and I don't know if you guys can see this at all, but most of these basses are 9-string basses. And my response to him was, do you remember how to play a 4-string bass? Really cool dude. I would love to have him on for a one-on-one chat, which I'm doing every Wednesday night now. And he's down for it, so he's going to let me know, and I'll be bringing him on, introducing him to you guys as well. And some of the stuff that we talked about, I'm not at liberty to say right now. Some of the other stuff, he'll tell you about, and I'll leave it at that. Anyway, he's a true patriot, and I think you guys will dig him. So yeah, I went to the drum circle on Sunday. And it was truly magical, as it always is. And I got to show you this. There was this one little angel there at the drum circle. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's here. Yeah. Check this out. Hopefully you can see this and hear it. How cool is that? Were you guys able to see that and hear it? Let me know. If not, I've got it on my Facebook page. I can play it on there. Tracy said precious, so she was able to see it. Hopefully you could hear it as well. And the sound doesn't do it any justice when you're recording it on a cell phone. iPhone 8, that's how old my phone is. It only has one little camera back here. Yeah, it doesn't really do it justice. It kind of sounds like my 19-year-old car starting up. Sounds like, the Flintstones when their legs are running really fast. Anyway. Really cool experience. And I was thinking, what's going through her mind? Chances, there were a lot of children that were out there for the drum circle. And it's so cool. I like getting there early to see all the kids. Chances are they won't remember that experience on Sunday. But that whole experience, especially with that 99.9% quartz crystal sand, is locked into their cellular memory. So on a higher level, they'll remember. And there wasn't really as big of a turnout as I thought, although spring break is done and over with, thankfully, here on Siesta Key. And it should start quieting down a little bit more until we get to Memorial Day weekend. It'll get busy then. It'll get busy for July 4th. And then it should quiet out again for the rest of the year. So let's see who's joining us here on Monday evening. Claudette popping in first. How are you, Claudette? Hi to Liz from North Atlanta, Georgia. And Mary's joining us. Hi, Mary. Great to see you. I miss you guys during the week. We'll be on tomorrow night, Allie and me. Yeah. There's a Pluto and Leo. Right on. Love you guys. I love your generation. Absolutely. And Veronica, how are you? Hope all is well. That drum circle was amazing. Thank you. Yeah, you're very welcome. My pleasure for sharing. Thank you, Liz. This is actually a new shirt. I don't have it out yet. It's called Cosmic Fire because it's the fire elements, but it's got the black mixed in. So the colors are just amazing. I'll be hopefully uploading this tomorrow. So you guys can check it out at in5d.net. Hi to Alish. I'm going to guess is how I pronounce that. I love to play name that tune. Yeah. It was fun because there wasn't a song that Kurt played that Steve and I didn't know. And we named them like instantly. I'd be yelling after Steve left. I'd be yelling, Van Halen. when I heard the song, as soon as I heard it. Yeah, he asked me, when was the first time you heard Eruption? Because that song came on, and I went up to him. I said, well, I think you finally found a song that stumped me. I was just kidding. Of course, everyone knows Eddie Van Halen's Eruption, especially being a guitar player. And he asked me, where were you? It's like one of those flashbulb moments. Where were you when you first heard it? I was in my parents' basement. A buddy of mine brought over that album, Van Halen's first album. And it was amazing. And back then, I was like 16 years old or so. And I thought I didn't understand the concept of finger tapping. And I thought he was picking it. I'm thinking, how the hell is he doing that? It was all finger tap, though. And interestingly, Eddie Van Halen didn't invent the finger tapping. That had been around for a long time. There's an old black and white video of some guy finger tapping. But Eddie's the one that brought it to the forefront and just took what that guy was doing and blew it out of the water completely. So yeah, name that tune. Yeah. Pink Floyd. I always say, this double negatives. The first thing I think about when I hear a double negative is Pink Floyd's "We Don't Need No Education." Apparently you do, because that's a double negative. What he's saying, if you take out the negatives cancel each other. What he's really saying is we need education. So it's kind of redundant and ironic at the same time. Yeah, super awesome basses. Yeah, those were cool. Most of them were 9-string basses. I mean, gosh, how many fingers? He's got to be. I'm thinking he's maybe playing bass with one and perhaps doing guitar chords with the rest of the lower strings or something. I don't know. Yeah, that was that little girl playing the drums. That was absolutely precious. Hi, Liz. Yeah, she was vibing. Hi, Kimberly. Thank you for joining me. I was jamming yesterday when you were live. That was so cool. Yeah, thanks. That was cool. I enjoyed going there. It's just, I hate fighting the traffic. Ugh. It was so much better when I used to live on the island. The guy I met, Kurt, he actually lives in the community that I used to live at. Nearby, I used to live on Contento Circle, and he's not too far from there, but they're right across from the main beach. And what a great place to live. It really is. He doesn't have to worry about traffic, just beach cart back and forth, and you're good to go. Don't have to worry about parking, drinking and driving if you decide to partake in a couple cocktails. Hi to Jim Zen McKay from Nova Scotia. Welcome aboard. Love the cosmic fire. Yeah, isn't it cool? It really is. Fire signs. Yeah. I should have this up on In5D.net by tomorrow. So stay tuned. Check back. Here's my lovely star sister Sarah. How are you? Amazing woman. She probably blushes every time I tell her. She's like, oh. She's an amazing being. I mean, you all are as well. Sarah went above and beyond for me when I really needed some help with my diverticulitis, colostomy, reverse colostomy, quadruple bypass, all that stuff. She went above and beyond. She's truly an angel. So you can't stop me from saying that, Sarah. Sorry. Oh, so grateful. No, I'm the one that's grateful. Yeah, thank you for just being you. Funny thing, wearing a Pink Floyd shirt right now. Yeah, we don't need no education. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good point, Jim. Awesome shirt for the Year of the Dragon. Right on. Yeah, very cool. What else we got going on? As I mentioned last week, it's carried over into this week. that extreme tiredness. I took 2 naps today. I slept a long time last night. Ended up taking 2 naps today. But there's this, I don't know how else to say it. It's almost like it's like this wave of love. And despite this bullshit that's going on in the Gaza plateau, it's like my higher self is completely oblivious to that bullshit that's going on there. And there's just this energy of love. It's almost like, gosh, I'm telling you, I was too young to understand the summer of love. I was around for that. I was only 6 years old. I felt that energy, though. I didn't understand it, but I felt it and I remember it. And this is very, very close to that kind of energy that happened during the summer of love in '67. So are you guys feeling that? I know other people were when I've brought this up before. It's all I can say. It's like that summer of love energy. And I'll be talking more about that. I have a mid-month energy report coming out on my Patreon channel for Patreon subscribers of 1111 or more. And that's coming out tomorrow. I've been working on that. And I'll be talking about the summer of love and this energy that's going on in that video. Yeah. And thank you, Claudette. You rock. Appreciate that. So yeah, there's that energy going on. There's the tiredness going on. The love energy. Summer of love energy. Maybe it's this spring of love energy because it's still spring. We're not quite yet into summer yet. I don't know. I was researching. Actually, I stumbled upon this video that I've seen numerous times. And because someone made a comment on it, on one of my comments that I made on this video. And it was when Hart and Carrie Underwood performed the song Alone. And between Ann Wilson and Carrie Underwood, it's like these two goddesses with angelic voices together, hitting these pitch perfect notes. When you hear it, it just brings tears to your eyes because it's that beautiful. It's that powerful. When someone can sing that powerfully, with that much command and control, it's so impressive. But I was reading about Ann Wilson. And as it turns out, she's an INFP. That's what I am. That's what many of you are. Many of us here in this genre are introverts. I've taken polls on In5D. If you go to In5D, type in introverts, you'll see a shitload of articles. I've written a bunch of them on introverts and spirituality. But traditionally, only maybe 20% of the population, tops, are introverts. But when I polled people within this genre on In5D, it's the exact opposite. About 80% of spiritual people are introverts. And you think, why would that be? Well, introverts tend to go within for the answers. An extrovert's going to ask everyone, well, what do you think it is? What do you think it is? Introverts are like, nah, I'll figure it out. I'll go within. That's the way I am. You know, this is how I explain myself. If I'm going to a big party, let's say this is the room that the party's in. You're going to find me here, 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 or here in one of the corners watching everyone. Chances are you won't see me there at all because I wouldn't go to the party to begin with. I don't like large crowds. I'm an introvert. What about you? Are you guys introverts? If you've taken that Myers-Briggs personality test, put your letters into the chat. I'll see if I can find a link right now for that. I know you can find it on in5d.com. if you just type in personality test, which I just did. Let me see. See what we got here. Okay, yeah, here it is. I'll put that link in the chat. If you haven't taken this test, it's a test that there's no right or wrong answer. Just answer it honestly. That's all you got to do. Answer it honestly. And that's why I keep getting the same results year after year after year. And like I said, for me, it's an INFP. The I stands for introvert. N is intuitive. F is feelings. And P is perception. INFP. So Claire, hi Claire, she says she's an INTP. Okay. Claudette's saying very tired too, but it's a cozy hug energy. Yeah, yeah. And I think there's upgrades going on. Your body is regenerating, rejuvenating when you go through these patterns of sleep, right? Hi to Star. Kimberly says she's an introvert. We've got tons of introverts here, trust me. Sean, total introvert here, always have been. You know, when I was talking about getting Teri Wade onto the show, and that's probably her biggest fear is, you know, because she is an introvert. I get it. I am too. It took me forever. My first YouTube channel got shut down. Long story. Ultimately, David Wilcock was the one that shut it down. But I won't get into that. But I ended up getting a new channel, and it took me. I've been on YouTube since 2006, maybe, and then it got shut down in 2007 or 8, something like that. I came back on, but it took me until maybe 2011 or 2012 to finally record my voice, not an image, not going live. Forget that. There's no way that was going to happen. It's just too nervous to go live in front of everyone back then. And then, okay, I got my voice out there, and then I would record something, pre-record something, and put that on there. But once again, I wouldn't go live. I remember I pre-recorded a promo for when I was interviewing Jordan Maxwell. So I've interviewed him a few times on In5D radio, so you know, you can go through the archives and check that out. What a blessing he was. Jordan Maxwell, what a wealth of knowledge. He was very pessimistic. I didn't appreciate that about him. He would say that the light at the end of the tunnel is a train, and I would say, no, it's us. We are the light at the end of the tunnel. We are the ones we have been waiting for. But what I learned from Jordan was invaluable. Like, I believe he was the first one that said, in the Bible, it says, Genesis 1:26, let us make man in our own image, after our own likeness. Well, who's the us and the our? I put that question to ChatGPT. And he said, oh, well, it's the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. I said, no, it's impossible, because the Son wasn't born until the New Testament. And then I asked I asked the ChatGPT, I said, give me the etymology for Elohim. And it said El is God and Ohim is plural. So I said, is it possible that the us and the our in Genesis 1:26 are the Elohim, the creator gods, not God, not creator, not source, but the creator gods, plural? And it said, yeah, it's possible. It's not just possible, it's highly probable. They were the ones that programmed all that bullshit. It's a brilliantly written piece of work, the Bible. It's fascinating. It was written in perfect astrotheological form all throughout. It follows astrotheology to a T. And that's genius. That's brilliant. But it's also a master plan for the elite. And we are currently in the age of Aquarius. We're also in the end times. We're in Revelations right now. If you want to follow that bullshit, I don't believe in it. I'm not going to buy into it. Nope. And then if you look at like all the deities that preceded Jesus, like Dionysus, Mithra, so on and so forth, born to a virgin, December 25th, died on the cross, resurrected. Same story, time and time and time and time again. It's like there was at least 9 other deities preceding Jesus with very similar stories, but this time it's real. But is it possible that, okay, because I do believe in reincarnation, is it possible that just like we've all have reincarnated, that this Jesus character reincarnated too, that he may have been Mithra or he may have been something else? That's possible. But it's my understanding that the whole Jesus character was created when they were trying to come up with some deity. It was prophesied that this deity would be coming back, and nobody at the time was talking about it. And that's when they had the Council of Nicaea. They got together because all these other religions were promoting that they were the one that were going to have that deity come, and their religion was the only true religion. And so Constantine put together the Council of Nicaea, and they all agreed on this one deity called Jesus Christ. And back then, it wasn't even Jesus Christ, because the letter J wasn't invented until the 1500s, which means there was no Jesus, Jeremiah, Joseph, any of those names, and there were a lot of them that began with J. J wasn't invented back then. There were no J's. So when people are saying Jesus, it's impossible for his name to even be Jesus. It could have been Iusis if that was actually the person. Some people say it might have been Yahweh or Yeshua or whatever, but and to each his own. I'm not going to say I'm 100% right. I don't think anyone knows 100%, but what I feel, that's more the truth than what I feel, because of all those preceding deities that were there, all having the same story. I feel like, okay, yeah, reel me in on this time. Might have been gullible the first 8 times, but I'm not going to be the 9th time, right? So anyway, that's just my take. If you believe in Jesus, if you use the word God, that's up to you, man. I'm not going to give you a hard time for it. I just don't. I'll say creator, source, universe, the Jesus story. I'm not, I have a hard time believing that. Honestly, I do. Anyway, but that's just me. If you guys believe in it, that's cool. No judgment, just love. Hi to Lisa. Hi, Lisa. How are you? And hi to Suzanne. I took it, however, it came from as an extrovert with introvert tendencies. So you know what? You might be, we're talking about the Myers-Briggs personality test. There's introverts, extroverts, and what are they called? God, I used to know that. That they're in between. I forgot what they call that. But there is a word where it's like almost 50-50 of each. I should know that because psychology is my background. Yeah, I don't remember. Sarah says upgrading from the eclipses, still clearing out and upgrading vibrations. Right on. Yeah. Tracy, basically introvert. Yeah, I feel you. Hi, Debbie. Thank you for joining us. Yes, Sean, ambiverts. Thank you. Right there. Thank you. God, it was right on the tip of my tongue. Thank you. Claudia says she's always been an introvert. Me too. Me too. Appreciate that. Dude, I have spent so much time, thanks to people like Jordan Maxwell, who I was talking about, that led me down that religion path. But yeah, there's so much fascinating material that's out there that we haven't been taught. Look at the bullshit that's in school. I mean, all the crap that we learn there. Do you believe any of it now? Once you go down the rabbit hole, how much of that shit is true? Right? Empaths. Ambivert. Yep. Thank you, Lisa. Actually, you were the first one to say that. And then Sean. Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, Debbie. This is, like I said, this is a new shirt. It's called The Fire. Yeah. There we go. It's a good view right there. Quantum Fire. And I should have it uploaded to in5d.net by tomorrow. So you can check that out there. Hi, Star. Thanks for joining me. How is Allie? If you said something, I missed it. Sorry. She's good. I spoke with her earlier today. I got to get my fix of her in every day. And and it was early in the morning for me. It was like mid-afternoon for her. It's a 5-hour difference, but she was rocking. And, when she's rocking, she's in pain. It was way too early for her to be rocking. So she's been going through a lot of pain. She's been overdoing it. But you know what? Her heart's, you guys know her heart. It's like pristine, always wanting to help people, to help others, to be there for family. And that's what ended up happening. She was there for family, and she ends up, because of her love, and she's constantly giving, she pays for it through her health. So whenever you guys send her loving, healing energy, it's greatly appreciated. So thank you. And thanks for asking, Star. Appreciate that. I was talking about INFPs, and like I said, you can take that personality test. I put a link in the chat. Well, I'll put it in there one more time right here. Take the test. If you haven't taken it before, I recommend taking it every year. That's what I do. Who knows? Maybe one of these years it'll change to an ENFP. My mom keeps saying, "Oh, you're not an introvert." Why? Because I can come on here and talk to a computer. I can't see I can see the people in chat, but it's not like you're all right in front of me, just like staring. That it's a little bit different when you're in front of a crowd of people. And I've spoken in front of many conferences that I've hosted, and I'm nervous as hell. My heart's pitter-pattering, but I get up there and I do it. It's not easy, but you get used to it. And it still doesn't mean just because you get used to it and you're still out here talking in front of other people that you're not an introvert. Yeah, because you invite me to that party. If I actually go, I'm going to be in one of those corners still to this day. As far away from the extroverts as I can possibly be. I'll just be watching them with my fellow introverts. Actually, I might be in a window by the corner, just looking in and saying, "Hey, what's going on in there?" That'd be kind of freaky, though. No, I wouldn't do that. Just peeking through the window. Oh, God. But I was curious. After I read that Ann Wilson from Heart, lead singer, right? Got a voice of an angel. She's an introvert. I thought, well, what other rock stars are introverts? Freddie Mercury from Queen, Jimi Hendrix. Would you have guessed that? David Bowie, introvert. Kurt Cobain from Nirvana. George Harrison, well, we knew he was the quiet Beatle, right? Prince was an introvert. Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin. The late Neil Peart from Rush, the drummer. Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys. Elvis Presley was an introvert. How about that, right? Trent Reznor, introvert. Michael Jackson, introvert. Marilyn Manson. I wouldn't have guessed that. Henry Rollins from the Rollins Band, introvert. Who else? I don't recognize the rest of those names, but I was looking at this other list, and including those people along with the following: Bob Dylan, Neil Young, Bob Marley, Eddie Vedder, Bobby McFerrin, Willie Nelson, Fred Schneider from the B-52s, Carlos Santana, Ronnie James Dio. Who else? Alicia Keys, Heather Nova, Kirk Hammett from Metallica, Sting, Wolfgang Van Halen, Eddie Van Halen's son, introvert. Actually, these are INFP. These ones are they're all INFP, just like myself. Lenny Kravitz, Paul Simon, Sinead O'Connor, Katie Lang, John Denver, Bjork, Curtis Mayfield. So you wouldn't think, with these entertainers, especially singers, getting out in front of thousands of people, being introverts. But on some level, it makes sense that they would be. Because, those who tend to go within, right, would probably tend to be better at writing music, poetry, and stuff like that. That would make sense to me. To put their emotions onto paper like that instead of going out and so that would make sense. It's just having the courage to get out there and sing in front of everyone, to do it like that. Jim Morrison, Angus Young. Hey, yeah, Angus. I got two favorite guitarists, and they're two favorites for two different reasons. My favorite, I guess, entertaining guitarist, Angus. Just tons of energy. And the most talented, Yngwie Malmsteen, my opinion. But, got to put Eddie up there too, Eddie Van Halen. Wow. I love that film, Kymatica. You can find that on the In5D YouTube channel. That's a guy that I need to, Ben Stewart, I need to get him on a one-on-one chat sometime. I would love to pick his brain. Dude just gets it on so many levels. But he also is the one that created Esoteric Agenda, which is one of my favorite all-time videos. You can find that here on the In5D channel. He gave me permission to upload both of those. Ben Stewart. He's still out and about producing stuff. But like I said, I'd love to get him on. I'm doing one-on-one chats with people on Wednesday evenings. That'd be great to get him on here. Definitely. Yeah, I didn't know that about Elvis being an introvert. I had no idea. That's why he kept only his family and close friends around him. I thought that was paranoia more than anything else. Yeah. Oh, that is so cool, Malia. I named my birds Angus and Malcolm as a kid. Oh, wow. I love that. That's awesome. Yeah. Angus wants a cracker. Be cool. I'll do another show. I've done them in the past. But who knows throughout the years about introverts and extroverts. And I'll give a heads up when I'm going to do the next show on that, so people can take that personality test and find out what their letters are. And in the chat, that I'm just putting what I am right there. INFP. Always an INFP. And that doesn't mean, you're antisocial. Being introverted and antisocial are two different things. An introvert prefers not to be around people. Antisocial just hates people. I'll go up to people like I did with my friend Kurt that I just met over the weekend. He was playing great music. I went up to him. If I see a father and a daughter bonding together on the beach, I'll come up and I'll go and I'll talk to the father and tell him how much I appreciate seeing that, and that, I hope he's appreciating every millisecond he gets to spend with his daughter, because I miss that so much with mine. So I will go out of my way, even as an introvert, and put things out there like that. But my mom, she thinks just because I've played in bands, leading rhythm guitar in bands, and she was there one night. I didn't know my parents were there, and I'm jumping up on a table, I'm knocking drinks over. She goes, "You were shaking your ass on that table." Didn't know you were there. If I knew you were there, I probably wouldn't have. But still doesn't mean I'm extroverted. It's just putting on a show. You can hide behind that facade when you're in a band, and then as soon as we were done with the set, well, you learn you have to go out and flirt with the girls. I know you're like, oh, you had to, huh? Yeah, you do, because, and I had a girlfriend at the time, and she understood that, if you flirt with the girls, they're going to bring lots of girls in, and people will come in to a bar or a venue. If there's a lot of girls there, the guys are going to come. It's going to be packed. You're going to make some decent money. So we go out and flirt. And, but when the gig was over, or if she wasn't there, I'd end up, just going back in the corner, having a cocktail or a soda or something like that in between sets afterwards. And then, just not being part of that scene, getting away, retracting, and just unwinding a little. Just the way I was, though. So, anyway. Malia, INFP. Malia and her Angus and Malcolm birds. Killer Cuddles, awesome. Are you the first one up? Yeah, I was. Yeah. And actually, I had to edit out some parts of it, just like I had to of Esoteric Agenda. And I'm not sure which one it was, but it was that conjunction junction, what's your function part, that there was a copyright on it that I had to edit out and re-upload. So that was something from one of those old, I forgot what it was like Schoolhouse Rock, I believe it was, back in the day in the 60s or early 70s, something like that. Hi, Suzanne. Thank you for joining me. An introverted introvert. I'm outgoing with the ingoing. But what's funny about us introverts is that if we're around a bunch of other introverts, we feel comfortable. You feel like you can open up because you're not having to battle with that dominant, extroverted, you just hang out and be yourself, right? And I think that's why And as I mentioned, when Teri comes on here, Teri Wade, when I finally get her on here, hopefully, maybe May 1st, she'll feel at home. She'll feel comfortable just hanging out and chatting. You know, there's no pressure when you're hanging out on In5D. Ask anyone that's came on here for a spirit chat. It takes guts to do it, but once you're on here, it gets easier and easier every time. Hello to Kim. Missing Siesta key tonight. Hey, there's no drum circle tonight. It's just on Sundays. Hi, Edward. Love the mask, right? I appreciate everyone involved in that video. It changed my life at 22 years old. Thank you much, kind sir. You're very welcome. Yeah. I'm grateful that Ben Stewart allowed me to upload that to my YouTube channel. That's one of the highest watched videos I put out. Let's take a peek. Videos. Popular. So, according to my YouTube channel, the most popular videos I have are 2012, the online movie that got 15 million views. Then I've got a 528 Love Frequency that you listen to with headphones. It's got holophonic sounds and stuff. 5.5 million views. And then Kymatica, number 3, with 3.1 million views. Another sound meditation, 1.2 million. There's Jordan Maxwell. I was talking about him earlier. He's approaching 1 million views on that. 11 Things the Bible Bans, but you do anyway. Almost 700,000 views. Edgar Casey, predictions, 600,000 views. Dolores Cannon, 5D Earth this year, 561,000. David Icke, Truth Behind Theology and Christianity, 544,000, and so on and so forth. Yeah. Overall, this is pretty cool. I just checked this out today. Overall, we have 41 million views. And you would think that with 41 million views, you could make a decent living on YouTube. Anyone that tells you that's full of shit. I'm lucky if I make, I know you're not supposed to talk. You're not supposed to show what you make, but I'll tell you roughly. I'm lucky if I make $70 a month on views. That's it. Yeah, you're not going to get rich unless you have like several million viewers on every video. Even then, I don't even know how much they would make, but I'm sure they do quite well. If you're up that high, you probably have sponsors and stuff like that, which I don't have. So, yeah, they have completely fucked me over, Claudette. 3.1 million views for Kymatica. I can't believe what they've done to your channel, Gregg. Unfair. Yeah, it's not just that. I used to, on In5D.com, I don't have the AW stats from from before my last server, but back then I was tracking it, and I have some pictures somewhere, screenshots that I took, where I was getting anywhere between 3 to 6 million visitors every month on In5D.com. Now, because I've been shadow banned so heavily, both on YouTube and Facebook, In5D only gets maybe 10, 20,000 viewers a month, from 3 to 6 million to about 10 to 20,000. So yeah, they've stuck it to me. That's why I went from living on the beach to living in a mobile home, you know, and I got to keep doing what I'm doing. I got to keep moving forward. I got to keep putting the truth out there no matter where I live. And that's what I do. And I do that for all of us. And that's why I can't wait to bring Teri Wade aboard, because she lost her YouTube channel, or her Facebook page rather, for putting the truth out there. And to anyone who's been silenced for putting the truth out there, I love you. And thank you for doing what you do. You guys rock. And you're not afraid to say, fuck it. I'm going to put it out there. And I'll come back. If they take me down, I'll come back with a vengeance. Bigger and stronger than ever before. So, yeah, congrats. You know, you got silenced by YouTube, got banned for a week or a day or a month or whatever. Good for you. Thank you for your service to humanity. Thank you for putting up material that's helping to wake up the rest of the world. You rock. I'm on Twitter. My Twitter account got shut down. I got shut down the same day Trump got shut down on Twitter. There were 60,000 of us that lost our accounts. I haven't gotten my account back. Trump did, but I haven't gotten mine back. I lost a lot of viewers on that. So, yeah, but you can find me on Twitter, on Telegram, Truth Social, Gab. I'm out there on, Instagram, TikTok, out there on all the, and you can find the links. If you're watching on YouTube, links are up above. If you're watching on Facebook, the links are above. If you're watching on YouTube, all the links are down here. So yeah, and I love the Rumble channel, the In5D Rumble, because we can talk uncensored on there. Allie and I have a show tomorrow night. It starts at 10 p.m. Eastern, live and uncensored. And I love that. We don't have to tippy-toe like we do here on Facebook and YouTube. Got to tippy-toe around all this bullshit. It's not the way it was supposed to be. That's not free speech at all. It's nothing like it. Laurel says, Facebook closed down my account last year. Thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for putting the truth out there. And Suzanne says, good attitude, Gregg. It's a challenging journey for sure. It is. Fuck it. When you do your life review, when we all cross over to the other side, we all do a life review. You're going to see your legacy. Did you stand in that vibration of truth, love, and light? Did you do the most you could for humanity? I'd like to say yeah, without having to kiss YouTube's or Facebook's ass. There was a rumor, Allie was telling me, Elon Musk. I saw a video that Elon Musk bought Facebook. No, it's not true. Some fucktard put that bullshit video out there saying that Elon Musk bought it. I really, really, really hate disinfo people, because they're fucking things up for the rest of us that are trying to put out good information for everyone else. And I will call those people out every time. But enough about them. When your light is trying to get dimmed, it's time to shine brighter. Bright on. Definitely. Edward says, I was just shadow banned a few days ago for sharing truth to people I know personally. Yeah. Oh, dig this. I forgot who I was posting to. I made a post in a private message, and it got taken down. In a private message. Who are they to judge what I send to somebody in a private message? Right? Man, that was on Facebook. Who are they to judge that? Anyway, I think I've been on long enough. I've been on for about an hour. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Thank you for spending this evening with me. And if you're watching on the recorded version, leave your comments below. Tell us if you're an introvert, if you know your Myers-Briggs personality test letters. Mine's INFP. Leave them below as well. Check out Allie and me tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm sorry, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, 1 a.m. UK for our global prediction show. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern for live and uncensored. Wednesday night, I got Jim Delcoli coming in. So check that out as well. And hopefully I'll be getting my friend Kurt Graber in to have a one-on-one chat with as well. Waiting for his response to see when his availability is. And I guess I'll leave it at that. So thanks once again for joining me here on Monday night. Hope to see you all back here tomorrow night on Tuesday. And until the next time, I'm Gregg from In5D.com and 5D.net, Zentasia.com, and all those great websites that you can see above or below. Sending you all infinite love and light from my heart to yours. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.